You ever get the feeling like somebody's watching you?
Like that Rockwell song?
I thought that was Michael Jackson.
I think that's just an urban legend, or like a Motown legend. I'm not really sure which, but anyway, welcome back to Scared of the Dark. It's the only show where we go over each episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? And tonight, we're watching the tale of the Whispering Walls.
We whisper behind this wall all the time.
Yeah, I know, and it's not whispering as much as it is blood-curdling screams.
It's dark. I'm scared.
Get over it. I can't sleep. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. The Tale of the Whispering Walls is the story of a group of kids that get lost on a road trip when they discover a hotel full of creeps. Sure, we've seen it before, but have we seen it with ice cream portals? I don't think so. Yeah. So, let's put our earmuffs in, because these walls are our whispering. We start with the Midnight Society walking into a clearing where they're greeted by a skull figure in a robe. Before they can run away, they discover that this is just Betty Ann, who lets everybody know that on a full moon leap year like tonight, the spirits are on the prowl for something strange. And that's when she leaps into the tale of the Whispering Walls. In the story, we see brother and sister Andrew and Claire on their way home from the amusement park with their babysitter Louise. Louise starts getting confused and doesn't recognize any of the road signs, getting totally lost. This was before everybody had GPS on their phone.
I don't even know how to read a map.
You don't even know how to read. Period.
Louise and the kids stop at a place called the Whisper Inn to try and get directions, but it's a total ghost town inside. But that's when they meet a guy that looks like an extra from a My Chemical Romance music video, dressed in a skeleton motif suit. Louise tries to ask for directions, and he tells her to simply take a dirt road all the way through the woods until you get to the highway. If you're ever in this situation, don't do that. Anybody that's dressed like they're in the Black Parade music video off the side of a dirt road does not have your best interest in mind.
Did you learn that from experience?
Growing up emo in rural America kinda sets you up for that situation more times than you would think.
More than zero is more than I would think.
Luis and the kids hop in the car and hit the dirt road, but it's not very long until they suspiciously break down right in front of a creepy old manor. Luis tries to go inside to use a phone to call somebody, but she's in there for way too long. So the kids get up and they go into the house to check it out. As they walk up to the entrance, it mysteriously opens on its own, and the kids run inside, darting all over the place looking for Luis. Until eventually, they find a room that's filled with candy and ice cream. Do not eat those.
They should eat those.
At least one bite.
You guys would not survive out in the wild.
Is this more life experience from the Hillbilly Hot Topic?
In the kids' excitement to get ice cream, Claire knocks some out of Andrew's hand, and it burns into the carpet until revealing a man's face in the ground, who reaches out of a portal. The kids run straight out of the room, right out of the house, and all the way down the dirt road, all the way back to the Whisper Inn, to see if they can get any help. When the kids enter the Whisper Inn this time around, it's packed full of people, all wearing suspiciously old-timey clothes. When the kids try to ask for help, everybody in the inn tells them to just chill out. Because of the leap year and the full moon, nothing's gonna matter at the end of the night anyway. Instead of explaining anything about that, the people continue to be confusing, so the kids walk out of the inn to regroup themselves, before going back in to ask to use the phone, where everybody's just gone. So the Whisper Inn is tied to the mystery house, that's tied to the skeleton man, that's tied to the full moon, that's tied to the leap year.
I've never heard of the full moon leap year thing.
You know, I haven't either, so I'm really not sure what all this superstition they're kind of pulling from is. But ghosts are involved. The kids are still alone and scared, but they know they need to go back to that creepy house to find Louise. As the kids search the house, they eventually stumble upon a ghostly head of Louise begging the kids for help, before she turns into the twisted figure of the creepy man. The kids are back to square one with no clue where Louise is, so they run away and try and find her somewhere else. Eventually, they come across Louise rocking a little baby, and acting very strange. Andrew notices the weird rings on her finger and puts two and two together and realizes this isn't Louise at all, this is the homeowner that's pretending to be Louise. So he dashes out of the room, leaving his sister behind, and tries to go out the entrance, but it's locked shut.
Andrew is really observant, isn't he?
How did he know the house owner had the ability to just shapeshift like that? He just noticed the rings and got the hell out of there.
He used that information to ditch his sister.
That really wasn't cool of him. I don't know how he justifies this. Claire runs off on her own trying to find a way out of the house when she comes across a stone face in the wall, claiming to be Louise, who claims she's stuck in the house somewhere. Back downstairs, Andrew does eventually get the front door open, but as he does so, he comes up with a secret plan and runs back upstairs to find Claire. The two kids then eventually find Louise under some kind of spell from the home owner, who's claiming he's going to take her life energy to keep the house alive. Andrew then reveals he knows the Achilles heel of the home owner and breaks open a window, letting the wind come in and making him disappear.
Where did this wind illness come from?
It seemed like a stretch. He just noticed the wind blew the doors open and assumed that would work.
Sounds like he got really lucky.
Before the kids can get out of the house, the homeowner reappears and slams the door shut, cutting off all of the wind. And to punish Andrew, he's not just taking Louise now, he's going to take Claire, and forces Andrew to get out of the house. Suddenly, in their bleakest moment, one of the ghosts decides to grow a conscience, and then decides to help the kids get out of the house and revolt against the homeowner. All of the kids rush out to the car, hop in, and drive off, but it's not too long after that that another car stalls out right in front of the house, and a random man goes in, making the cycle unbroken. Back at the clearing, Betty Ann says the house is still out there, and it's still claiming lives every full moon on a leap year. End of story. It's crazy to me that the ghosts are just cool with all this when they have already demonstrated a clear ability to revolt with nothing bad happening to them. So they could just stop this anytime they want.
Can you blame the ghost for the house eating people?
Is that what's happening? I thought it was the guy eating people.
The guy is the house.
Really? I guess it makes sense. He's able to turn into the house decor. I don't really know how that got past me like that.
Because you're dumber than a clown.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, anyway, the tale of the Whispering Walls is a little confusing. I mean, I've never heard of any of this leap year full moon stuff, but they kind of pass it off like common knowledge, which is okay. But why was the Whispering Inn and the house both haunted? Like, and do the ghosts only go from there to there? Like, do they teleport? How does that work?
Just don't think about it. Ghosts are ghosts.
You know, that's fair. I can't really debate the actions of ghosts. And because of that, I'm going to give the tale of the Whispering Walls 4 full moons out of 5 leap years. Check it out. It has a really cool haunted house design. And if you, for any reason, have no GPS and you are on the side of a dirt road, for the love of God, do not pay attention to anybody that's dressed like Gerard Way. That's never going to end well for you. I mean, I think that's an old Appalachian Trail story now at this point. So many people get abducted that way. So, you know, Gerard Way, no. Do not follow him to the Black Parade or the Ghost of You. I don't know. Pick another song, man. That's what I'm thinking of on top of my head. I'll see you guys next time on Scared of the Dark.
Lighten up there, little sister. It's a party. The sun's going down and we can live.
Who lives in that house?
Better question is, who's the house living in?